So what's happening, folks out there in YouTubeville? This is Pete with Backdraft Bikes. We're talking about today the R18, the brand new bike from BMW, 1800 cc's, drive shaft. Look at that baby, nice. Yes, this is their brand new cruiser, trying to enter the market, get in here and get some. And I'll tell you what, it's a pretty nice looking bike. Definitely some iconic BMW features. You got your toaster sticking out, the massive panels over the entire engine covering everything from head to toe, and of course a drive shaft. So be interesting to take this for a spin. We also have analog clock, so everything is in this one gauge. There's nothing else outside of that gauge. There is controls on both sides, and you got your mirrors, master cylinder, and your master cylinder, clutch cylinder as well. Cool bike. We'll see you in a minute with the GoPro strapped on, and we'll let you know how this thing works. Definitely classic. All right, folks, we're on the BMW 1800, the brand new model they just released this year. To start with, 1800 cc's is massive for a motorcycle, right? So you think of this bike, this is a iconic symbol of motorcycling from Europe, and BMW has kept the styling cues really the whole way through. I mean, they've really done a good job at it. Starting it up, this thing just rocks back and forth. It's just unbelievable. And the driving position's nice, but it is your legs are tucked in a little bit, slightly forward on the ankle controls as well. So not too bad. Not too bad. BMW required that I have a safer. Here we go. Oh my word. There we go. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this bike. BMW is going after their classic cruiser. They're going after their classic look, and they really captured it with the old school look with the modern technology. And it's really amazing when you think about it, being able to pack a lot of modern technology into a newer bike and still make it look old. So initial impressions on this bike so far is it does have a lot of torque down low. It's an 1800. There's Toyota and Honda and even Volkswagen. A lot of their four cylinders aren't even 1800 cc's. So to think about the size of the engine on this bike, it's pretty amazing. With that though, you do get a few drawbacks. Like, you're not going to get this super duper high revving engine. So you'll see on the spec sheet here on the screen, the red line is not as what you would expect with a street bike, but of course that's not what you're going for in this type of bike. You're going for a really nice cruiser. You're going for the type of bike that has that Naglosta, just real nice feeling cruiser down the road, but still gets it on. You can see the bike in front of me is the same bike. The cans hang over the sides a little bit, and cornering wise, the bike feels good because it's got a low center of gravity. There is a little bit to be desired in the suspension feel on this bike. It's not super duper comfortable for a cruiser like you would expect, and the handlebars are quite buzzy. Like, I can feel the vibration in the handlebars is it's there, it's pronounced, especially if you're winding it up, like right in here, 27. Woo, you can feel it feels almost like a lawnmower. However, you know, we've got six gears. 6 is way too low. 5 is what seems like it really likes it right around 2,000 for its power band. And if you gear it down, obviously you feel the vibration dampen quite a bit in the handlebars themselves. So all in all, it's kind of like what you're going to get when you have an opposing twin like this, and it's massive displacement. I mean, think about this, guys, right? Like 450 dirt bike, right? This is an 1800. What is that? Almost 4 times, almost the size of displacement. I mean, it's just massive. So this bike is designed, you know, to cruise, but it's still got that old school feeling to it. It's nice. What a beautiful day out today, huh? What a beautiful day. So we've got there's a few different things. There's 3 modes on this bike. Launched a little bit on the seat there with that bump. There's 3 modes on this bike. I'm in rock mode, which is their performance. They have another mode here, rain mode, which just basically retards the throttle. In order to switch modes, you have to click the mode, and then you have to let off the throttle. This is roll. The safety guy is really being safe, which is good, I guess. Really like to crack the nut off this thing and just see what it feels like, but it's all right. We got it on a little there in the parking lot. It wasn't too bad. All right, and then you go to rock, and you can, oh yeah, so you can feel the difference in the throttle immediately. Basically, what he explained to me that the different modes do is it just remaps the throttle a little bit. It doesn't really actually change much besides for the remapping of the throttle. So now, as far as brakes go, this is a fairly heavy bike. I believe 750 wet, and the brakes, they're not bad. The front's, again, it's got a good pedal feel. It's got good. It's firm in the hand, but it's nothing like a sport bike you would expect. You would, you know, have to tether the brakes so you don't go over the handlebars, right? But the brakes they're adequate for this bike for sure, and I'm pleased with them. Maybe a little bit less force. I'm not sure if they redid their master cylinder a little bit to make it a little easier, but of course on a bike like this, you're kind of going after the old school feel, so you know, maybe that's just their train of thought on that. All in all, this bike is quite a cruiser. It's, with these options with the pipes on it, it's right around $20,000 US. So that's a lot of money for a bike that is somewhat lacking on features. As far as a cruiser goes, it's got everything you're going to need, but for a touring bike, this bike just, it would be difficult. They do have windshields and other things for them as well, but the riding position here, my legs are right into the back of these cans, and I can see on a long trip that this might be a little uncomfortable. In conclusion, you've got a bike that's almost $20,000, and this is the second time BMW's tried to reinvent the old Boxster. So, is it going to be successful this time? Well, we'll just have to see. Let's get a few things straight though. This is an expensive bike. It weighs a lot, and compared to other bikes in this class, it is quite underpowered, even though it has such a large engine. The suspension is not really that plush. The bike has a lot of vibrations, so you really got to be in love with the BMW and the look of this bike for it to be a good match. Unfortunately, I think BMW could have done a little bit better. Until next time, ride safe.